Now, if I'm a part of Snoop's camp, this is what I would do.
Trap music history expert A.R. Shaw.
A.R. Shaw. A.R. Shaw. A.R. Shaw. A.R. Shaw.
A.R. Shaw, author of Trap History, Atlantic Culture, and the Global Impact of Trap
We
Music.
have to understand what DEI, what diversity, equity, and inclusion means before we attack it. And so, that's what's happening right now with Snoop and his affiliation with this crypto ball and Trump is that people are upset because of that. These initiatives will really impact, some of these communities that Snoop represents and that Snoop has always represented. And what's going to happen next in terms of, how would the culture feel about Snoop moving forward? Because you have to understand is that you're only as powerful as the culture. Like if the culture turns on you, the corporations are going to turn on you as well. Because if you're no longer cool, if it's no longer cool for Uncle Snoop to be, to push a product, the corporations are going to understand that, and they're going to look and say, okay, all right, this guy isn't cool anymore. Let's figure out who's this next person that we should put out front. And so you just got to understand that this is not going to just be something that he understands that he's just going to feel, and it's like he's done this thing, and then he won't feel the impact of it. He could possibly feel the impact of it, in multiple ways. And so I just want to understand that. Just don't want people to understand that there's a reason why this backlash has occurred, and Snoop has to understand that as well. Now, if I'm a part of Snoop's camp, this is what I would do. I think you have to come out. You have to really, if you want to continue to have this relationship with the culture, particularly the community that pretty much lifted you up to this level, you got to kind of give back. I think you have to do something. You have to address it head on, and you really have to talk to people, and don't talk down to people. Don't just say, yeah, black people are good at tearing each other down, things of that nature. I think you have to be a leader at this point. Um, if you're a leader, we always talk about leadership in sports. If you're Michael Jordan, if you're LeBron James, you gotta be able to respond to the wins and the losses. You gotta be able to have an explanation for everything. And so Snoop just needs an explanation. He really needs to confront what's happening in terms of why he decided to do this crypto ball. If it was because of Trump, a lot of people saying that Trump he pardoned the co-founder of Death Row Records, and that was kind of something where Snoop appreciated that. He appreciated that pardon. But at the same time, it's like, okay, if that is the case, get in front of it, speak to the community, speak to the culture. Don't talk down to the culture because if you talk down to the culture, that's going to make it worse. You can't talk down to people. You can't say that somebody's tearing you down. They're not tearing you down. They're disappointed in a way. And so as a leader, you have to come out and say, okay, I did this because of this. Now, how can I make this right? And I think one of the things that Snoop probably could do to make this thing right is take the proceeds from the whatever he got from the crypto ball, take those proceeds and give back to the victims of the LA fires, because we have a lot of people who are displaced, a lot of people who need just basic clothing, shelter. Give back. You have to give back to the community, and I think if you give back to the community in that way, then I think people will kind of say, okay, all right, you messed up, but you're still a part of us. And I think in terms of just get forgiveness, the black community is always forgiven, but will always forgive. But you have to get in front of it. You can't talk down to people. You can't run away from people. You got to meet this thing head on and say, I messed up. How can I make this right? Give back to the victims of the LA fires. Give back to the people who need it the most. And I think you can move forward from there. But if you continue to like say, okay, I'm still a black man, and we all, we're only good at tearing each other down, and you continue to deflect, I think it's going to make things worse. And so I think moving forward, I think that's the best thing that Snoop can do. It's just my little 2 cents. Definitely continue to follow, watch, check out the book, Trap History, Atlanta Culture, and the Global Impact of Trap Music. Follow, like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know your thoughts. I am AR Shaw. This is AR Shaw TV, and I'm out.